So I'm back home visiting friends and family here in the Chicago suburbs and also checking out a Cubs game because, bourbon and baseball. So let's do the bourbon part of the Bourbon and Baseball podcast and go bourbon hunting at this local grocery store, Marianos. I don't know what their selection is. I know their prices are pretty good. So let's go see what we $44.99. That's not a terrible deal. On sale with cards, so by the looks of it, you need a rewards card of some sort. Let's find the whiskey. Wine. More wine. Hey, there's some makers. $26.99 with the card. There's the whiskey aisle. I'm actually hoping there's going to be a better selection than this. What do we got over here? Okay. Penny in the glass. All right, let's start with the top shelf of Fusion. Good stuff. Bardstown. Cave Hill. Haven't had that one yet. Things is empty. It's not a bad price for the card. $46.99. If you remember Kroger, you can get that. This is pretty good. The new American Single Malt by Yellowstone. Haven't had a whole bottle, but I did have a pour over at Lux Row. Of course, Basil Hayden, Brothers Bond. It's all right. $36.99 if you buy one. Oh, cool. There we go. We just did a review on the Corset Whips and Whiskey. Here's the bourbon and there's the rye. Not a bad price there. This one's gonna trigger Ryan. That's for you wondered, Ryan. Alright. Bullet. Yeah, actually kind of disappointed by the old selection here. Can't go wrong with Knob Creek, but that's a pretty decent price. Not too bad. Here's your best bang for your buck, but that's still a little higher than what you normally would get it for. Smoke Wagon. Way overpriced and overrated. And surprise, surprise, the Buffalo Trace tag there, but nothing in the show. If I had to pick one every day for a go-to daily drinker, I would go Elijah Craig, but that's still a little expensive for me. $17.92 small batch, not bad. What do we have here, down here? Yeah, this is your classic mixers and bottom shelfers. Haven't had any Breckenridge yet, but I've heard decent things about that. Old Foe, regular $24.99. Never heard of Stonehammer. Strong and bold as our namesake. Clear Springs Distilling out of Louisville, Kentucky. 101, $23.99. Not bad. Not the best, but not bad. Price wise, it's good. That's a good pour right there. I love old fashions with that. There's your Chicago staple, Malort. No thanks. I'll go for the bourbon though. Judging bourbon, good stuff. We did a review on that a couple months ago. Their Scotch selection is pretty low too. Not a whole lot here. Actually, gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed. So there wasn't anything to get. Gonna head to another store. There's another Marianos down the streets, about a couple miles away. So we'll go check that one out and see what they have. But kind of disappointed in this stop here at Marianos. All right, here we go. Marianos round 2. Let's see if there's any better luck here. All right, back to the liquor section. End cap of hodgepodge stuff. acres, Woodford, bullet. Damn, that's a big bullet. Okay, Savage Rack Rye, $29.99. That's not bad. Didn't see that until last time. Whiskey Acres, a local distillery, up to DeKalb, Illinois. A good place. We did a review on the blue popcorn, which is a very delicious pour. It's a little more sparse here than I anticipated. Again, Woodinville. We've heard good things. This is Pacific Northwest, I believe. Yeah, Woodinville, Washington. $39.99. Few Spirits, another Chicago distillery. Two Brothers. I've heard of these guys. Nothing on that box. Aurora, Illinois. Two Brothers. Okay, the Makers 4-6 French Oak. $32.99. It's not a bad deal. It's probably the only one that really jumps out to me, honestly. Well, unfortunately, we didn't have any luck today at Marianos. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but we gotta keep on hunting. Cheers, y'all.